Who's your favourite recast character? The main image being the original Derek Branning to current Derek Branning, which obviously overhauled the fucking character entirely, which is, what a recast is supposed to be. The first one is the biggest point, and I keep laughing at how much it fucking has to. Just because you could imagine it happening, I still laugh that obviously Peggy Mitchell to Barbara Windsor was a recast. And I guarantee back in the 90s, if Reddit existed, people would be complaining that this recast is shit. Obviously lacking the foresight now that Peggy is one of the top 5 EastEnders characters of all time.
I'll read this on. Peggy has to be the most successful recast character ever. I've also really grown to like Martin just by being stubborn when he first arrived and insisting that's not Martin. Yeah,
imagine the Reddit being stubborn and not changing their immediate opinion about a character when they first show up. Never Reddit. Never do that whatsoever.
No way. Never knew that.
It's not a trampoline. It's just a fucking board. It's a board of wood. I'm not moving. Well, why not? Because I don't like it. Have you tried?
No.
I
think the most recent Ben and Amy are my favourite recast for the characters. I know Amy's still a kid, but Ellie's doing well.
No, I 100% agree. The Amy Mitchell character arc over the last year or two has been really interesting. And I think the actress is quite underrated, and I think the character's gone under the radar. Despite doing a lot of really good stuff with her mental health, I do think that I think she's a great character. I hope she sticks about once she actually, I don't know if she is an adult, but once she actually kind of on screen turns into an adult, and I hope she actually sticks around and makes that transition, because it's always a hard one in soap when they go from 15 to 18, and aging up's never really that seamless.
I was impressed by how much new Lily.
I suppose before that. Also, I didn't mind the new Ben at the start. He's not my favourite recast. He's definitely not at all. And yeah, that's all I need to say on that one.
The new Ben Mitchell is like buying toilet roll. You think it's going to be great and soft on your lovely rear end. You fucking get it. You give one wipe, blood starts coming out, and you're like, bloody sandpaper, what the fuck?
What toilet roll are you getting?
Don't ask. We have different bottle roll in Ireland.
Haven't invented it yet.
Yeah, we're just using our hands. I was impressed.
Fucking grim.
I was impressed by how much the new Lily looks like Stacey, and she's a great actress too. Do you want me to read on for this, or do you want to read it? Craziness that she's called Lilia. Lilia shares the same surname as Stacey's actress, and they look so alike but are not relatable. That's crazy. Literally seems more related than Lacey Turner's actual little sister.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it actually comes out that they are cousins or something. I wouldn't be surprised. She's a good actress in her own right, and she definitely earned the part. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years it's how does it feel working with your family? Because you kind of want to obscure it because you don't want people to be like nepotism, but also as far as everybody's concerned, they're not related, just some fucking synchronicities with the name.
I would say Martin. It's got to the point where I only think of him in the role.
Yeah, agreed. I new Martin. It's always gonna be a hard one because Martin was such a core character. He's the first EastEnders baby, really. He's born 9 months after the start. He had that big fucking their relationship with Sonia, and they kind of retracked the fucking ground and then proceeded to make him its own character. And they actually, you can just take the difference between Sonia and Martin. Sonia, just like Martin, had the initial peak in the 90s and the 2000s, and then both generally fucked off for a while, returned, one recast, one not. Martin has had about 17 kids with Stacey. He's only had 2. But he married to Stacey, that big storyline. They got to rehash the Max stuff. had the relationship with Ruby. Like, they actually gave new Martin, shit to do, which is important because he is a very integral character to the show, and it would be quite sad if he didn't do anything. Ultimately, nowadays, he doesn't really do much, but he's had a lot of storylines over the years.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do like both Martins. They seem like they fit perfect. Like, one's younger,
Yeah.
and the other one's growing up.
One's a lot more raw
than
the other.
It's James Alexander who's fucking...
James Alexandru, I think.
Is the recast. No, James Boy.
James Boy.
James Alexander is the original one.
Yes.
Andrew. James Alexander. I'm just gonna call him Alexander because that might be his name.
Yeah, but you're fucking up his last. You're fucking up his last name, anyways. I'm just gonna use a name that I can't pronounce.
Basically, the first James is great in his role. He plays a younger Martin, great. Obviously James Boy. Why the fuck did they get two? Why did they get two characters named the exact same?
I'm just wondering if it's not actually James. It is James. Yeah, sound.
Yeah, Alexandru. Sorry, I thought it was Alexander. James Boy. Yeah, he plays the perfect older Martin. I couldn't imagine the first James coming back to that role just yet. Maybe as a one-off for the 40th, like wow, Martin, you got a facelift. Yeah, but never acknowledge it.
Yeah, but it's a fun little one. I do agree though. It would be weird to go back, like in terms of of the Peters where they went back to the original. I think that James Boy's Martin is now the only one.
Reading on, Ben Hardy's Peter. I think he was just really perfect for the time period he played Peter in. His chemistry with Jacqueline Jose was great. I really like Thomas Law's Peter as well. So no disrespect towards him. The only con of Ben Hardy was that he didn't remotely look like Ian's kid, similarly to Hetty Bywater. Apart from that
being Lucy,
which isn't a big deal. He was fantastic. I also love Thomas Law though, so I'm not complaining. Ben Hardy and Hetty Bywater looked like they could be siblings.
Yeah, true.
But as you say, definitely not believable as Ian Beale's kids. Any thoughts?
I don't really know where to stand on. Sorry, I don't really know where to stand on Ian, on Peter's and Lucy's character in general. Like, I mean, they both struggled with a lack of genuine development. Like, what's Peter done? He had the relationship with Lola. He had the relationship with Lauren. And ever since he's come back, he's done fuck all. And they feel, because unlike, because you would imagine they'd go the same trajectory with Ian, right? You'd imagine he'd start doing some businesses and he'd start trying to shape his life, have a family. They have Louis, but he's not old enough to be a big focal point anymore. But like, I think they just both struggle with a severe lack of development. Like, I like the characters. I like the versions of the characters. But it's just, I don't think the writers have ever really known what to do with Peter as a whole. I like Thomas Law. I like Ben Hardy. I think they both play him quite well. It's hopefully only a matter of time till they actually establish what the character wants, rather than just farting around still living with his parents at the age of 30.
The one problem I have with Ben Hardy's Peter, he's the Peter that's in fucking 2014, isn't he?
Yes.
He looks a bit clueless in some scenes, but I don't mind it. He's also a fairly sexy man, so I can't pay attention when he talks. That's my one problem with him. I look at him and I go, you sir have a beautiful face, and I'm so jealous of your skincare routine. Reading on, liked both Dottie and Shabnam. Chelsea too.
Fair enough. Original Chelsea is fine. Shabnam was great. Everybody had a bit of a fucking bee in their bonnet over Shabnam because she was a bit of a bitch. Not my words, other people's words. But I'm one of the weirdos who doesn't really mind fucking... I don't really mind, like, characters that are a bit of a dick. I don't mind it because they push forward the story. Like, everybody, like, people are tired of Janine now after the last run, but, like, you bring back Janine to fucking be an absolute bastard to everyone. It's great. And just why Cindy? But, like, I don't think people realise that this is who Cindy is. And it's like, she's a fucking hypocrite. It's like, yeah, this is Cindy, motherfuckers. This is exactly what she does. Obviously, you can still be upset about it because it is annoying. But, yeah, that's a funny little one.
They addressed Derek's hair transplant. But
Nice.
no, but he did make fun of Max being bald, which makes the recast funnier. This continues on. Martin Chelsea. Worst, although you didn't ask Michelle.
Yes.
The storyline with Preston, the 17-year-old American in 2017, EastEnders at its lowest. Not the actress' fault, the writers ruined that. Yes, that is how scripted shows work. No, what I meant was the actress Lena Russell. I would gladly have
Jenna.
her. What? Jenna Russell. I would gladly have her Michelle back. She's an underrated actress, but they gave her a storyline that ruined it, and there was absolutely no reason for sarcasm or rudeness. Personally, I'm sure she's a good actress, but she was a terrible Michelle. She was just a completely different character.
Yeah, that's the less said about Michelle Fowler recast, the better.
Martin and Ben loved them both. Ben Hardy's Peter Beale. Really thought that was more from my Practical Jokers in the first pick.
Yeah, sound.
Can't pick just one. Derek, definitely. Janine, Martin, Peggy, Chelsea, Lily, Shabnam, Amy. We didn't start the fire. I've definitely forgotten a few. No disrespect to any of the original actors, of course. Recast can be tricky looking at you, Lean Butcher, but well done. But when done well, I soon forget the original ever existed. An exception is, of course, Max Bowden with Ben. Baby Ben will ever be my fave lemon. But Max Bowden did an excellent job with the direction the show took his character. Janine, technically, Charlie Brooks is a killer. Has a vibrator out called The Butcher. Buy it. Derek was an excellent recast. I loved 2011 to 2012 time with Derek Branning, Michael Moon and David Wick's return. Michelle Fowler was a terrible recast. I like Belinda, but both Belinda Slaters. Barbara Windsor as Peggy Windsor will never be topped as a recast.
One thing I will say is the EastEnders subreddit have actually nailed it. They've nailed this one. Like usually you ask these topics and it's very like recency bias, where it's like, who's the worst recast? It's like, who came back recently? Chelsea, she's the fucking but like decent bit of history going into this one. There's a lot to learn. Obviously, fucking Janine being a recast is kind of forgotten because Charlie Brooks made that fucking role. She made it what it is. The Derek recast is great. I still like the impact that Derek had despite only being back for a year. It just shows that Jamie Foreman, no matter what you make him do, he will play an uptight, absolute piece of shit.
Asshole.
And he does it fantastically. And he's so detestable when he needs to be. I'll also recognise, I can understand people, if it's the only Ben they've seen, why they would prefer the recent iteration of the character. Because, I mean, Ben Mitchell did live a fucking troubled life. He is allowed to have a lot of trauma and a lot of stress and a shit ton of struggle. And I think it was one of our commenters said it, as saying, you know, I don't think many people will be able to I just made this fucking quote up, but you know, that Max Bowden's Ben was the genuine thing of living through all of the trauma. And what's that fucking thumbs up for? You're not a dad. Fucking thumbs up. Yeah, what you fucking do? I'm making a point. You're fucking putting a thumbs up in the corner. Fucking dickhead.
I'm agreed. No, to be honest, right? I agree by giving a thumbs up.
Why? You never do a thumbs up?
Yeah, but we're in person, so it feels more natural.
It definitely fucking doesn't. Fucking thumbs up in me.
You continue, brother.
Fucking taking the piss. But yeah, Max Bowden's Ben Mitchell, very traumatized character, and that's fair enough. And he was played very well, and he was acted very well. I think I would personally have written it a lot differently, and I'd like to believe that if a lot of people had their way with how you would change the direction of Ben Mitchell, probably would still be on the show, really. But it's just, they just kept on giving him the fucking Whitney treatment where it's like, oh, Ben, are you happy today? No. Are you happy tomorrow? No. Have you been happy for 2 years? No. Have you been happy for 10? No. About 15? Nah. Like, it was incredibly insufferable for a long time. But that's no shade to the actor. That's just the direction.
I guess, technically, if you want to reverse recasting this, and I am including personal biases, because he is a massive Marty bitch, and I don't like him. Joshua Pascal, he can fuck right off. Absolute bully, and apparently racist. Racist.
Was he a bully?
Well, that's what you told me, wasn't it?
I think you're mistaken, like, Joshua Pascoe and the Liam Butcher recast.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Joshua Pascal. Not Pascal, sorry, lad. And then Pascal, I confused the two. I was thinking of...
Yeah, but the second one doesn't exist. You made him up. There probably is a Joshua Pascal, but there's two different fucking things. One was the Liam Butcher recast. No fucking clue that dickhead's name is. Joshua Pascal does not exist. Fucking... Stop using names if you don't fucking know who they are.
I got it half correct. That's all that matters.
But yes, there was some incidents with Joshua Pascoe and Hayley Slater go to the same school of crime. Take from that what you will. But there we are. That's the video. What was your favourite recast? A surprisingly positive thread from the EastEnders subreddit. So we're currently somewhat 2 for 2. Thanks for watching the video. Join us in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.